Morning, it's Sunday, May the 19th. I took my kids and my wife to St. Andrews yesterday, which is about just an hour or so drive away from where we live. My wife was running a marathon, and my kids and we were playing on the beach. And by the time I got home, I was unable to do any real work, so I couldn't get back to the bulkhead light. But I'm going to try to do that tonight. I've got to take my daughter now to a birthday party, which is out of town. It's never a dull moment, as you know. Anyhow, I hope to get back to the bulkhead and just do a quick and simple texture and substance painter, and then have that done for you. So that'll be part 1 and part 2 of the bulkhead light. And of course, a number of people are now asking about the next Blender challenge, which is the restaurant or diner challenge. And so I think as soon as we finish the bulkhead, which could mean doing that tonight, like I say, then tomorrow I will do a video just introducing, it'll be part 1, introducing the next Blender challenge, which is restaurant or diner. And again, you could do anything you want that fits in. So if you want to just do one piece of equipment that you would find in a restaurant, that would be just fine. Just do a nice job modeling and texturing and rendering that thing. Or if you want to do a little corner scene with a booth, you want to do an outdoor scene. One thing I had thought of was like the Seinfeld restaurant. I was thinking of looking up references for that and trying to just recreate that little street corner. But I actually have another idea of a diner that I want to do. It's based on actually some images that I've seen. One was for an abandoned diner from The Last of Us, and another one was somebody else's 3D version where he does the textures in Photoshop, whereas I would be trying to do something really similar in Substance Painter. And I really liked it because it was relatively low poly, and it was driven mostly by textures. There's old metal in there, and I think there might be a little bit of broken glass. There's wood, but this is really professional work, and I'm an amateur, so. But I wanted to do it as a learning experience and stuff. So I don't know if I should be showing that reference. I don't think it's a problem, but I also sometimes feel self-conscious if I show you that and then I show you what I do. They're not going to compare. That's all right. It's all part of learning. But anyhow, I'm just thinking about that. But so I may not be doing like the big interior with tables and bar and stools and cutlery and cash registers and a jukebox, but by all means do that. I hope mine doesn't seem too simple in comparison, but that's what I plan to do anyhow. And so of course I'll model it on video, and I'll do as much texturing. It's going to take me a real while to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't want to just use like smart materials from Substance Painter and throw in like a wood that someone else has made. I'd like to try to make my own wood and try to make it similar to the reference. I don't want to say I'm going to go too close, because it's probably not going to be possible for me to do it. But I'll do what I can, and hopefully it'll look neat, and maybe I can show you a few things. So yeah, we are going to be getting started with the restaurant challenge. I don't know, how long do you need? I generally need a while, because like I say, I'm 62, I've got the kids, I've got the dogs, I've got my wife, and I'm really busy, and I only have a short period of time when I can work. And I do need to practice a little bit as well and experiment a bit on top of that. So I usually need more time than somebody's, already just whips out a almost finished model and then starts getting into texturing. And within 3 or 4 days, they're done. I'm looking at 3 weeks. But if you think that's too long and you want to cut it to 2 weeks, let me know, give me some ideas, and we'll see. But otherwise, we'll go for a reasonable amount of time, and then of course we'll put them all together and do a render review. If you're coming to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and turn on the notifications. And if you've never done a Blender challenge with us, why don't you do that this time? I'd like to get a lot of people going. And again, I have no problem with somebody just making a teacup and a little dish, because you're learning Blender and you're proud of what you've done. I would love to showcase that and inspire other sort of relative beginners that you don't have to be really advanced with Blender or with texturing. It's not a problem at all. This is just for fun and to show what we do. And of course, there's the Zero Bio Discord where you can post your whips if you want to and get people to comment on them. You can ask questions. You could just look at what other people are doing. But don't feel like I just said that you're competing with anybody, because you're not. You're competing maybe with yourself. You're just trying to get better and better at it. So do what you feel comfortable with, but consider joining the challenge. And, you know, you could do exactly what I do if you want, or up to the point where maybe you don't have substance paint, or you're not that good at it, and maybe you say, okay, I'm just gonna put on simple materials. That's okay too, you know, and say, look, my main focus was the modeling. Of course, we want to render a final render in the challenge. You submit one or more final renders, and I put those in a render review, and I show them. But you know, don't worry about it too much. Just do what you can. Join the challenge. Do it for fun, and you know, there'll be other challenges down the road. We'll do some sci-fi stuff. We'll do some environment stuff. We'll do some, you know, underwater treasure seeking stuff, whatever. Okay. So more information is coming about all of that. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's a long weekend out here in Canada. It's going to be Victoria Day tomorrow. And so, yeah, just take it easy, and we'll talk soon.